All right, now it's Friday, February 2. It's 12 p.m. West Coast, 3 p.m. East Coast, and I'm done for today. I was trying to stick it out and spend some extra time since I lost about a little under an hour and a half of trading time in the morning, and was looking to see if I could pick up a couple extra trades on the evaluations after I was done trading my PAs, but it did not happen. So today was a good day. I was 3-0 today. And as you can see, I've now listed out every single active account that I have. So I've got 2 active PA accounts. I was 1-0 on my longest lasting PA, which is number 2. And, you know, got a little bit less than my scalp target, some slippage or something. So $41 towards the balance to qualify for a payout. Still approximately $650 away. Still looking for my first payout, going slowly. And, I used to be trading 2 contracts on this, but when I got closer and when I decided I was going to start taking more trades, I backed down to 1 contract as I'm, rounding out the final turn towards that payout qualification. So that way, if I do end up taking a loss on this account, it'll be something very, very recoverable, as opposed to if I do, 2, 3, 4 contracts, then it'll do much more damage to my drawdown. So just playing it safe. Want to really secure this payout, and I don't care how long it takes me. It'd be nice if I can do it by the February 15th to 20th payout window for Apex. But if not, that's okay. I just want to make sure that I go slow and steady and secure it, because once I get the max payout on this account, that pays for my entire history of Apex accounts, all the fees, everything I've ever paid. So I've been at it quite a while, and I've been close many times. At least 3 or 4 times I was within a trade of qualifying, and then I managed to get some losses in a row and ultimately blow up some accounts. So that's the story there. PA6 I did not trade. If you're looking at this chart, this was the chart that I took my first trade on right here. And I started, by the time I had the stream up and running, it was pretty close to around 7 o'clock. I'd say somewhere in this neighborhood pretty much. And, my trade was at 7:10. So it wasn't long after I started that I got my first trade, and I took my first trade on PA2 and evaluation 22 and 23. And after this trade, I didn't see any other setups that I liked on this chart or any of my other charts. And at about 8 o'clock, somewhere right in here, I had to stop trading and go get my daughter up and ready for school and take her to school. So I did not trade all the way from 8 o'clock, and I got back somewhere around 9:15, kind of somewhere up here. And then I took my second trade shortly after I got back. So I'll talk about the trades in a minute, but just rounding out the breakdown. So evaluation 22, I got 1 trade. Evaluation 27, I took 2 trades. Evaluation, I didn't update this. Oh, no, I did. Yeah, evaluation 28 and 29, no trades. I keep not getting trades on those 2. I'll find a way to get to them sooner or later. And evaluation 33, which was my worst balance of all my accounts, I took all 3 of my trades on it and made $249.18 on that one. So I am trading on the 50K evaluations. I'm now trading 3 contracts on those. So you'll see here, this is 3 contracts on this one, 3 contracts on this one. I only traded 1 contract on this 25K, 1 contract on my PA on this 50K. What I'm going to do moving forward is start trading 2 contracts on the 25Ks and stick with the 3 contracts on the 50Ks just for the evaluations. And I'll continue to trade 1 contract per trade for both of my PAs until I secure a payout. And then I'll go from there and figure out what I'm doing next. So Also, the other thing I can mention is I am live streaming now. I started this week on Monday, and every day at 9:45 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 Eastern, I will be live streaming. So you can check that out if you haven't already. I haven't been talking a lot because I'm really just concentrating on taking trades. But if anyone shows up and has anything they want to comment or question or have any kind of conversation, I'm down. It's 6:45 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast. Some days I go a little bit later, like today. I just finished 10 minutes ago. So come join me if you haven't already. And other than that, let's just talk about my overall stats. So 3-0 for today, and I was 13-1 for the week. And I actually should put that up here. Here, let me put that up here because I like that. So yeah, there we go. 13-1 for the week. I want to celebrate that because to get 14 trades in 1 week, and last week I think I was 15-4 last week, and I'm 13-1 this week. So 19 trades last week. I had a day last week where I think I took 11 trades on a single day, and now this week, following up last week, a 19 trade week with a 13-1 week, 14 trades for the week is outstanding for me. So here I am finishing my 5th week, I believe, on YouTube trading this strategy. If I've counted my weeks right. Let's see here. Yeah, 5th week. And I'm starting to really get more comfortable trusting the charts, trusting my strategy. And to have 14 trades is awesome. I mean, it would take me a month before to make 14 trades, honestly, for all the time I've been trading. And so now to have 2 weeks in a row where I've gone, 19 trades and now 14 trades and having, even better success this week. I'm honing in the system. I think there were some extra losses I took last week in the 4 losses that I could have avoided. And I avoided some losses this week. So I did have the 1 loss, and losses are going to happen, and that's fine. But 93% for the week, I'll take that. And 3-0 for the day. And now for my overall YouTube stats for 2024, I'm 52-12, 81%. And I think as I continue to hone that in, I think a lot of these 12 losses, a lot of them could have been avoided. But the system I'm trading is still new, and I'm still figuring out what rules I need and what rules I don't need. And I really don't need a lot of rules trading this way. I really just need very limited rules. And it's really just about understanding price action, and just if I have a reason to believe that the price is going to be going somewhere based on my knowledge of what I've learned over the past 3 years trading futures, then I can apply it and decide not to take a trade. And it's okay. If it works, it's fine. I missed one, better safe than sorry. And if it just doesn't look right, there's no reason to take it. But and also especially because I'm getting enough trades now. So whereas before I was struggling to get 1 trade a day or 2 trades a day, 2 or 3 trades a week, I'm not struggling to get trades now. So I can, relax a little bit and feel like, okay, even today, there was a couple trades I skipped. There was a couple trades I missed. And it's okay because I'm getting so many more opportunities now, especially because I'm trading on NQ. I think it's just better opportunities because there's just more movement. And I think the margin that I'm looking for to capture my profit target is so small compared to how much that NQ moves, that when we go and look at some of my trades, I mean, this one ended up eventually going, but after it took my scalp, it kind of backed up a little bit. I had another trade on another chart here, and it didn't go very far, but I got what I needed from it. I got my scalp, and it's working. It's like easier. The margins are there for me to get my little teeny scalp out of all the points that it moves. And then, it doesn't really matter where it ultimately goes as long as I grab that little portion I'm looking for. So, I'm just leaning into it. I'm enjoying trading this way. I'm not drawing lines. I'm not drawing channels. I do draw measured moves from time to time. I do keep things in mind like possible ranges and possible channels just to be aware. But it's just such an easier trading day, not being bogged down by over analyzing everything and studying every little thing, whether it's in a channel and whether there's a break, a new low or new high, or whether, I don't know, triple tests and all these things. I mean, I'm not doing any of that now. I'm just, my strategy is basically really simple. It's just second entries, and it's second entries on charts that are proving to be continuously consistent throughout the day's session. And that's my strategy. Find a chart that has no losses or maybe one loss in the overnight. And those are the charts I'm looking at. I try to look at 3 or 4 when I start the day. And then as the charts get losses throughout the day, I start not using them. So I start narrowing it down. And today I ended up finding on my third trade a chart that I wasn't using originally, but I went and looked through more charts and I found one that didn't have any losers, and I took my last trade on it and got a win. So that's my strategy. If, I happen to have a pretty cool way of not being able to, or not having to go back and manually look at every entry all through here before I start my day to figure out like, oh, is this chart working? I have kind of a automated system that I can see whether all of my entries would have worked or not. And then from there, I'm choosing to, take the charts that are working and trading on them. And the idea is, I could really take virtually almost any entry once I see that they're working really good and have no losses. So that's what I'm doing. And let's take a look at my trades today. All right, so as I said, I started today just a little bit before 7, and the market was up overall. Here's the previous day's close, so all the price action was above, and low range overnight, had 2 legs down, then we got a strong leg up. So I was really thinking, from this pullback, I was really thinking to myself that the move that I'm looking for was to here, which lines up perfectly with that pivot there. So that's what I was originally thinking, and got an entry here. And you can, like I just mentioned, I'm doing my live stream every day. The main reason why I'm doing the live stream is to document and record the trades I take throughout the day, and to not have to, in this review session, show the live recording of it. This is just going to be faster for me, so I could just look at the trade now during the review, talk about it, and if anyone wants to go back and look at my live stream, I leave them up, and you can go and see how this played out in real time. From whenever I began the session, it's all there, and then that way I can just get through this review. So had a nice entry right off of the EMA. Like I just said, I saw this as one really strong leg up right through the EMA. EMA had already held once, so I was betting on EMA holding again. And as you can see, I'm going for such a small profit target. If I zoom in here, so you can see, my entry is here and my exit's here. So with the amount of movement there is, it's just so little I need to get my scalp. And so it's working, really great for me so far. I'm really excited about the way the strategy's been working. So that was trade 1. And then let's see. So I traded until about 8 o'clock, this area here. And that's when I got word that I would have to take my daughter to school and get her ready for school today. So I stopped trading about 8 o'clock right here. And I didn't get back until right around 9:15, 9:20. So that was around this area here. And on my second trade, now you can see, I'll zoom in here, because this one was a little weird. So this trade worked beautifully. This thing really moved. If I measure this from my entry point all the way down to the first time a candle retraces above a candle, it moved almost 60 points, 58 points, right? Straight down. And what I do is I use a sim account as my leader account that then gets copy traded to my Apex accounts. And because I came back at this time, I should mention too, after like 9:15, I don't want to trade my PAs anymore because my strategy with winning charts, eventually charts start to take losses a lot of times. And so I find around the 9 to 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast, that's around the time where if losses are going to come, that's where they start to kind of happen from chart to chart. So I just switched to evaluation 27 and 33 only on that. On the first trade, I traded evaluation 33 and my P at the same time. So as you can see, my entries worked. I was in at 43. My scalp was given. But the problem is that for the first time since I updated my Replicanto, it didn't take me out. It didn't fill my orders for my Apex accounts. So now I was still in my Apex accounts when my ATM went away and my SIM account was already filled. And I got a little impatient once I realized that the numbers were still moving up here. And so I closed them out pretty quickly and took a really small loss. I forget how much, it was like 20 something bucks on one of the accounts. I don't know how much on the other, but ended up taking a little bit of a hit on the evaluations. But I'm still counting it as a win. As you can see, it was a winning trade. My SIM account got the win and the strategy worked. So in cases like that, I'm going to still count it as a win, even though it did give me some red numbers after this trade. And you can see if I employ, I want to kind of create like even on a one contract trade where my one contract can kind of work like a runner where the stop keeps moving down and securing profits as long as it can go. So when I start employing that, once I test it out this weekend, hopefully, or if not this weekend, in weeks to come, I might be able to capture much more of this move. In any case, a win is a win. Yesterday, I had a situation where I had a loss, and I almost turned the loss into a win because I moved my stop and was kind of playing that Alpine Trader game. And even if that trade had turned into a win in terms of the P&L, I would have called it a loss because my strategy calls for me putting the stop above the signal bar in this case, and whatever the case was yesterday. And so if I had moved my stop, but then managed to still get a win out of it, I would have still called it a loss because my strategy is not really to move the stop. So at this point, that's how I'm treating it. This one worked, so it's a win. And then at this point, I found another chart right here. So after I took this trade, which you can see, I saw this chart was working. It had, again, another chart that I found later in the day that had no losses for any entries according to my strategy. So took this one and took it on evaluation 27 and 33 again. Now that's because they had just taken a loss. And so I decided I'd trade it again to get them. One of them was green and the other one was red. So took both of those. I'm trying not to copy trade too many accounts at the same time. So kind of 2 or 3 is the most I really want to do. And the later in the day, the less comfortable I am to do that. So this trade was at 10:10 a.m. West Coast, which is normally later than I really want to be trading anymore. So, and as you can see, it's not even a great trade, but it works for the scalp, right? And so what I'm just leaning on is the chart's been working for every entry the whole session. And so knowing that, even though I don't necessarily love the trade, to me it was worth taking it, especially on evaluations, nothing to lose. And I got the win right there. And the trade copier worked perfectly on that one. So that's it. And you can see this is the live market now. So the market's been really slow since after this trade, really small price action, just not a lot of movement. And just, I kind of sat through it looking for something. This was my last good chart of the day. So It's a bigger chart, so it takes longer for setups to come and bars to finish. And there just wasn't really anything for me to take that I wanted to take. There was a short here kind of right when I was saying to myself, it's time to stop. And it would have worked. But I mean, it's just so late in the day by that point. 11:45. I mean, I don't want to really take trades at that point anymore. So that's it for me today. Those are my 3 trades of the week or of the day. And yeah, once again, check out the live stream. You can see all my trades. I take every trade I take on these accounts, recorded live, now live streamed before I was recording them live. So every day when I'm trading the market live, I will be on YouTube showing all my accounts, all my P&Ls, win or loss, showing all my stats, and 13-1 for the week. I'm really, really happy with that. I feel like I'm really finding my groove. I'm really starting to be able to trust the system, and I know that on my past strategies, I would have like really good weeks in a row or even a couple of good months in a row. And then I would just hit like a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever it might be. And the whole thing would just come crashing down. But I was also copy trading more accounts at the same time. I was trading for bigger contract sizes. So losses did really big damage, and my accounts with the drawdown for Apex, the live trailing drawdown, could only manage 1 or 2 losses, and I would blow the account. So I'm playing small ball now. The P&L isn't very impressive, but I do feel confident that I have these 2 accounts. I have one getting really close to a payout. The other PA is going to be not too far behind since it's only a 25K account. So I only need $1,600 total in that one, and I only need $650 more in this one. So I'm headed in the right direction. I know that I still just need to be on point and not be frivolous with my trading. And if I can get 14 trades a week, like I'm going to be headed in a good direction. I feel like the 14 trades with one loss out of the 14 means that I'm still choosing good trades to take. I'm making good decisions on which ones I'm passing up. And the one loss I took this week, I actually almost turned around for a win. Now I don't want to get into moving stops necessarily or like treating it like I don't have a stop, but in rare occasions or from time to time on evaluations only, when I have a reason to believe price is going to move in a certain direction, and maybe it's just taking out my short-term play, but there's room for it to turn around and I have enough drawdown to sustain it, I may start playing with that a little bit, a la Alpine Trader, like I mentioned earlier. So that's it for me. 71% discount still going on. You can use this code or any other, and check out my live stream. Like and subscribe if you're interested in seeing where I head with this. I had a really good start last September when I started my YouTube trading my own strategy that I came up with myself, and had a great 2 months with it. It was doing well, and then it blew up in my face. So there's still always time for that to happen here. But what I'm really hoping is that now that I've taken 64 trades, it's a larger sample size. I was getting way less trades with the other system I was trading when I first started my YouTube on ES. And if I got 19 trades last week and 14 trades this week, and I'm getting less losses, and I'm just kind of now starting to see how I can really use the system to get more trades, but still avoid some losses, I think I might be onto something. So let's see where this heads. And yeah, 52-2, 52-12, 81%. That's pretty good for just over a month. Oh, and by the way, I got to mention, 13-1 for the week, and I didn't even trade one day this week. 13-1, and it was a 4-day trading week for me because I didn't trade Wednesday. I almost forgot about that. So last week I had 19 trades. I think I traded 5 days last week. If it was a 5-day week, I don't even remember. 14 trades in 4 days. So, man, that's great. I'm really, really stoked for this. This is exactly what I want to be doing. So that's it for me for now. I'm going to hopefully get some playback time in to do some back testing over the weekend, try some things out and continue to evolve what I'm doing. And I'll be back at it on Monday. Hopefully Monday I'll be able to trade the full morning session. I'm pretty sure I'll have to take my daughter to school again and get her ready. So I may have to miss a chunk of time in the morning again, which is also the other thing. 14 trades this week, and there's been multiple days this week where I either didn't trade or I had a chunk of my time where I wasn't able to trade. Virtually every day this week, I think I had one morning where I traded the full morning session. So it's just better and better in my mind, the 14 trades. It's really, really cool. All right, I'm done. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you checking out my journey, and we'll see where we go as we move forward. Yeah, have a good one. Hope your trading is going well as it can be. All right, see you later.